Hello and welcome. I really want to speak to those twin flames and others who may not consider themselves twin flames or on a twin flame journey. I want to speak about planetary grid work and what the purpose of all that is, what it can look like. And the 3D mind, the logical mind, can sometimes be like, you want me to go here now? Like, no. But you just know deep within, your intuition is like, no, this is the next part of my journey in my path. And you may not have all the reasons as to why. It's often multi-layered, yet you know that you're meant to go to certain places. Now, if you maybe you're in the beginning where you're being guided to make a big move and you're kind of like, I don't know, I'm not sure about it. Although I have to say, also, actually, let me share this, and you may not be sure about it because you feel like it'll be taking you away from your twin flame, the person who you believe to be your twin flame, who may be, who may not be, because it's not always one person. If you watched another video, then you'll know what I'm talking about, and perhaps I'll attach it to this video if you don't. I know for me, I was getting a lot of closed doors when I was living in Italy. So many closed doors in this mountain, and I did want to move. I was like, it's so isolating. I don't want to be here anymore. Yet I couldn't see beyond what else may be possible because I really had my heart set on staying there, and my heart was still very connected to this person who really activated me, whom I thought was my true twin flame. Yet it was so strong. Unfortunately, I did have my sister with me who was a catalyst in getting me to move out of that place and move away from that twin flame, who, by the way, had also left. And I would be like standing there waiting, like hoping, perhaps, I don't know. Anyway, so I moved to Sicily, and it felt good just to have what I felt was okay, like letting go with attachment. But yet there was still a part of me that was still very attached to this person because the experience, the connection felt so strong, it was still very intense. And I feel that by design, that was by design. It was still intended to have that intensity. And I believe also for him, so there was some communication for about 6 months or for a year, and then it was phew. I ended the communication because I realized that it served its purpose, even though I just want nothing but the best for him. But I ended the communication, ended the contact, and yet there was still a part of me that thought maybe he'll come back around. Anyways, make that move. If you are being strongly guided, it's in your heart. There are many reasons. So I will share some of those reasons with my own journey. So Sicily had its reasons, and then I loved Sicily. I was there for 2 years. I was being activated by the elements. You've got volcanoes, you've got, wow, sorry, they're doing a lot of work. Interesting. Maybe there's a lot of work happening within me. You've got volcanoes, you've got the ocean, you've got the sea, it's just really, really conducive for further activation and really helping to clear away distortion. Also, I also met a lot of people, got to have a lot of fun. So you're also helping to activate others, and they're activating you as well. So it's an opportunity to be further activated by other people. You're doing the same thing. You're helping to anchor in light, clear away distortions within the land, within the people, with the peoples within the land. Um, I know for me, there were some memories that came up with this particular person who I first met that I thought was my true twin flame. There were a lot of past lives that had showed up, and it was an opportunity to let go of the stories of those past lives and reintegrate into this one timeline. So it's really important. You don't want to get caught up into these old timelines, these old parallel lives with stories with these people that you meet that are catalysts to inflames, because then you're remaining fragmented. So that's part of the reason or the purpose for going to certain places geographically. And perhaps you've had lives in some of those together in some of those geographical locations. Another place I was sent to was Santa Fe, New Mexico. I did not want to go. I'm an ocean girl. I love the water. I love the warmth. I don't like cold. I don't like dry air. I just don't do well with it. And the idea of being landlocked, I was not thrilled. So I did not listen to my inner guidance that was clearly indicating me to Santa Fe. I go, I love Sicily. It's got to be somewhere else in Sicily, or at least somewhere else in Italy. And everywhere I was looking for Sicily and Italy, it was like, that doesn't quite feel right. It didn't resonate. It didn't click. I finally asked a second time. A couple weeks later, it was like, no, Santa Fe. I said, okay. I went. I knew nobody before I went. Nobody. And I did meet different people along the way briefly to help me with my journey there. But for the most part, it was solo. It was solo. I didn't make any lasting friends, none, maybe briefly, because I wasn't meant to. It was meant to be a deep initiation. Like think of Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ going into the cave, doing their pilgrimages. And this was my pilgrimage, was to go to a land I had never been to. Number one, to have that solo time. No matter how much I try to connect with people, it wouldn't last, but the connections I had were very important. They just showed up differently. Lots of time for reflection, for purging, for cleansing, and to be further activated. Now, Santa Fe, I want to mention, is because of the high altitude, it helps to really draw and clear away distortions, any suppressed emotions, limiting belief systems, and so on. And it also lays on a bedrock of obsidian. And obsidian is a black crystal that is often associated with the lower chakras because it helps to cleanse those lower chakras, your sacral, your root, your solar plexus, your belly region that has to do with digestion, elimination, and all that, and sacred sexuality. Um, Birth canal, all that helps to clear away. And those are the things that were being cleared away. A lot of sexual trauma. I had a lot of memories that were coming up to be detached from and to be cleared and to be aware of. Um, what else? It was also, so it was activating on many, many levels. It was also helping me. I was helping to cleanse the land, the trauma from the Native Americans as well. And this is the interesting thing. This is where we forget who we truly are, that we have, if we're all truly one, that we've had lives in many, many, and many, many lives or parallel lives, or living in different realities and dimensions. I remember being a Native American in many, many, or being a Native American in many dimensions. And my grandmother and my ancestor, I have Native American ancestry. So it was cleansing some of that ancestral trauma as well as um, the trauma within Mother Earth. Because I could feel it. I could feel the sadness. I could feel the trauma, and I could feel it in the people that I would meet with, and they were still carrying some of that ancestral trauma. So activating. And then as you do that, your gifts come online. So there's an incredibly strong, powerful vortex of energy within Santa Fe. Just you've got the crystals, you've got the mountains, you've got the high altitude. Is just opening up so many portals for yourself. When I say portals, it's energetic. It's clearing away distortions and allowing you to activate more light codes within and move you further along your twin flame journey back into that remembrance of unconditional love and expand you and up level your consciousness. So I was there for 8 months. It was a challenge on so many levels. I was alone most of the time. I had my lovely cat, thank God, with, brief interludes of beautiful, beautiful people assisting me. So never, never truly alone. Connected with the homeless more, connected with strangers more. So the connection was still there. It just looked different. Connected mostly with myself. And so that's part of it too, is like you are meant to have these initiations and sometimes alone so that you can really connect with yourself and your inner knowing and to do these deep, deep, deep initiations to help you move through that next gateway, to prepare you perhaps for that next interaction activator, catalyst, or even a union. So it's to prepare you. It cannot feel like fun when you're going through it, yet it's very necessary and has probably been encoded in your divine blueprint. And I'm grateful for those 8 months. As much as there was so much solitude, there was a lot of magic within those 8 months. And I see where I am now, what has birthed from there, like a lot of gifts and talents that were latent had come online. I developed, online program that I thought I would never do. So there were a lot of things that were birthed during that time. And so I see why it was so important as part of the journey. And now I was sent back home to my mom's, where I grew up, my mom's house for 3 months. And it was now helping to heal and reconcile with family trauma and ancestral trauma within the family. And it was incredibly therapeutic. I didn't expect to be there for 3 months, wasn't happy when nothing was coming together for my next destination. And once I surrendered to that and realized why, it was so magical. It was so magical and so magical to reconnect with family and for me to realize just how much more deeply loving and intimate our connections are as a result of that and in general. And now I am in Rome. It's another place I did not want to come to. It's the hottest time of the year in Rome is the summertime. It's August right now. Like people who live here, they don't stay during the summer. They go to the coast. They travel to a cooler land. They travel to where there's water and they can be refreshed. They don't stay in the city like I've been guided to. So people are like, "You're going to Rome? That's crazy." And so it's not what I wanted. There's not an ocean nearby. I mean, I can take a 25-minute train, right? Get me wrong, an hour, but I can't just walk to the ocean, which is ultimately what I'm aligning with and I prefer, and I've had that opportunity at different times in my life. But this is where I'm meant to be for right now, and I understand why. There's that same planetary grid work. It is helping to cleanse my own distortions, limiting beliefs, and some memories, sexual trauma, and all that, as well as what has been going on here with the big V that is supposedly considered a country in of itself. It's not any corruption there in Rome. So Rome is known for a lot of it has an incredible vortex of energy, a meeting point. There's a reason why there are so many churches built in this town is because of where it is geographically and energetically. It's powerful. So that can be tapped into as a source for good or not. And so I'm here to help restore the good and restore the true loving source of God of oneness. Anyways, there's a reason. There's a reason. Really check in and follow your instinct and just go for it and do it. And that can have its challenges and it can also have its magical moments. So enjoy the magic, focus on what's going really well, the blessings that show up, the little blessings that show up every day. I'm blessed to be where I am. I was guided to walk in a different neighborhood. This is the other thing. You'll be guided to walk and walk and walk. You'll be guided to a different neighborhood. This will be closed down. The place that you want to go, that you've started to create a habit with, shut down like that. So you will go in a different direction. And it may just be another reality where it's still operating in service in another dimension, but that it closed for now energetically. So you will go somewhere else and help to cleanse there and be a tuning fork to cleanse that energy and to help level up others to a greater level of consciousness and awareness and of loving love, loving loving oneness. What was I gonna say? Yeah, and as you continue to up level with your level of consciousness, you're not necessarily going to know where you're going next. Not in any like not months ahead. I don't know where I'll be in a month. I'm not sure. I think it will still be Rome, but I'm not sure. And so the more that you are going to be guided to live with uncertainty as you up level your awareness and raise your level of consciousness. Planetary grid work, really important. It's what some of you have encoded into your DNA to assist the planet. and to assist yourself. It's it's all connected. Much, much peace and love. This is Sue Hayes this, of Sacred Soul Activations. If you could use some support and guidance along your journey, reach out. I mean, look below. There's a complimentary connection call. I have all kinds of services that I offer that are hugely, hugely beneficial. I am coordinating a tongue and throat or enhanced harmonic expression to help release tongue and throat trauma, especially if you have experienced sexual trauma. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm here in Rome. SRA, sexual trauma. Let's pervert the perversion and the inversion of the sacredness of sexuality. Love you all. Mwah. Much peace and love. You got this.